Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. It's great to see you. And this week we are planning, or this video, we're planning for the last week of May the 9th or something. I think it was the 9th. And I'm using this Caress Press kit called Stay Groovy. It's not what I had planned to use in my May lineup. My May lineup is basically out of the window at this point, because I filmed it and then I hauled a bunch of stuff and I wanted to use it, and I thought this would be perfect for this week, which was Eurovision week. So exciting. I love Eurovision every year. I'm pairing it with this Scribble Prints Co gold star foil that's also in the star format. I thought it'd just be so fun and sparkly and perfect for the week. So yeah, Eurovision. If you haven't watched it and you haven't been spoiled somehow over who won and you want to know, then click out of here now, because there will be spoilers about the winner of Eurovision. But if you're gone now, I warned you, go away, go watch the end. Okay, now we're alone. Oh, you've come back. Good for you. You've watched the end of Eurovision, and now we could talk spoilers, because Eurovision was kind of crazy. Obviously, so happy of the winner. Ukraine won, and it very much shows. I suppose people thought, there's been an argument that Ukraine winning Eurovision was like a sympathy vote, but I don't think it's sympathy or pity, as some people said. I think it's solidarity. And that's really why Eurovision was created. It was created after World War II as a way to bring Europe back together after the war, and have solidarity and bring each other together. And that's really what that vote was for. Plus, the Ukraine song is a total banger, so... And they should have won last year in 2021. Go Away with their song Shum was like my favorite song. One of my favorite songs. So I think it was also sort of a win for that. So I'm very glad for the winner. It was a crazy competition. If you don't know about Eurovision, each country that enters, they enter a song, and they've usually had competitions in their own country to choose their song, and then there's 2 semi-finals and a final. And basically there's 5 countries that always get in automatically because they pay the big bucks, which is UK, France, Spain, Germany, and Italy. So they'll always be in the final. They don't have to go through the semi-finals. And then the winner is the 6th person from last year. But last year Italy won. It was a very popular song, but Luck and I weren't really into it. We much preferred Ukraine and stuff. But yeah, so they were hosting and they got to be in the final. But yeah, then other countries go through the semi-finals, and only 10 for each go through. And then you have the final, like 25 or 26 on Sunday. And it's always super exciting. And there's 2 halves of a vote. So there's a jury vote and a popular televote vote. So you can vote through your phone. And they always announced the jury votes first. So each country has like a jury of professionals who vote themselves. And they basically they suck. So they go through all the jury votes first, and then you have all these countries right at the top who, when you get to the popular vote, they don't get many points. And the jury pretty much votes opposite of the popular vote, which is kind of funny. Although I think I have way too much empathy for it, because even for acts that I didn't care for, I felt so bad when they got a low popular vote. It's just like they announced each one like at the event, the votes, and it's so sad when they get a low vote, and I feel bad for them. I wish we could all have fun and have lots of points and bake cakes. Anyway. That's just me. I always feel bad, and I still think about them. I hope they don't feel horrible and realize, they got into Eurovision, and just being there is awesome. And it's great publicity for your music or band or whatever. So, oh well. I should also say this, that my favorites almost never win. I was happy for Ukraine this year, but it's not like my favorite song. It's a banger. But I think my favorite song this year was probably... Oh, I really loved France. They had a really cool, like, dance club song, but it was in Breton French. So it's like a dialect of French. It was really cool. And the guy was really hot. But I also loved Norway, and they had, like... their song was kind of a gimmick in that they were like yellow wolves, and they were singing about getting a banana. But anyway, you just have to look it up. Subwoofer, they're so great. And who else did I like? Who else? I have many thoughts. Oh, Romania, they sung in Spanish, and it was hilarious, and it was a great song. But anyway, at the end of Eurovision, I always add a whole bunch of songs to my Eurovision playlist. So in the end, I am a winner because I get new music every year. So I just put on this quote from that I saved from a Planet Hannah emo kids one that said, "Your voice was your voice was the sound of my summer," something like that. Your voice was the soundtrack to my summer. Yes, that's it. Because I thought that goes with Eurovision, like these songs will probably get played all summer for me. So, because even though if you saw the whole, you saw that I didn't know many of the quotes, but I did save as many as I could that would go with spreads. And that was one of them. So I don't know the song, but I thought the quote worked. And then I didn't have enough boxes for my usual side, so I just put a full checklist and all the stuff that I'm working on there. So now we'll get to the week, and I should apologize that this video is going up late. It's 9 p.m. on Wednesday, and I usually get these videos up on like 2 p.m. Wednesday. But, yeah, I just wasn't feeling it early today to do my voiceover, but that's alright. We get things done when we get things done. But now I have a quiet moment to do my voiceover, and really, like, enjoy this spread, which I thought turned out so fun. But if you want to know what any of the stickers are, just let me know down below, and I'll let you know. But yeah, Monday, we had our usual Coffee Monday. Just love putting that in. And I filmed the end of my plan with me from the last week, just to get Sunday done. And then I had, so my monthly plan with me, no, on the 9th. That was my pre-plan with me went up. That was a talk through pre-plan with me. I thought I did well. So I'll probably do some more in the future. And then for dinner, I think it was dinner, we got Henry's Pub chicken wings, always super delicious. And then I was doing my drawing work, listening to my book Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. Still listening to it. I've got about 16 hours left of it now. And I think I mentioned this in my last plan with me, but I was still pretty upset with stuff on Monday, so I cried that night. So I put in, it was a good cry though, because sometimes you just need to cry, get those chemicals out of your body and feel it, and that was good. And I didn't put it in, I guess I didn't have room, but we finished watching the Netflix show Pentaveret that night, which is like Mike Myers' new show. I really enjoyed it. You know, I grew up loving Mike Myers, and this is sort of a sequel to his film So I Married an Axe Murderer, like a sequel, but it's the kind of thing that was mentioned in that film, and that was a really good film back in the day, and I really like Mike Myers, so I really enjoyed it, and I joined the sense of humor of it. I will say I've never seen Love Guru, so I've never seen his worst film, and I think I'm just going to keep it that way, honestly. But I do recommend Pentaveret if you want a silly, like a light laugh, though there are some poop jokes pretty much every episode. It's a bit immature, but that's alright. And it's very much about like the importance of kind people, like actually kind people. I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I thought it was really funny. So that was The Pentaveret on Netflix, and I did finish watching it on Monday. But I didn't have time to fit it in, or I forgot about it, and now I've remembered. And here on Tuesday, I'm afraid I'm redoing all of my boxes here, just to move them around. I did do some extra editing this week, so there's less time of me just looking through, trying to grab stickers. So, except for this stuff, which I just left in because, you know, sometimes you just gotta rearrange all your stuff. So the bottom, I decided to use the matte labels that came with this foil bundle to mark all of the Eurovision nights. And they're so exhausting though. They go from like 10 p.m. to 12, and then the final on Saturday went from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. because of time zones even here in Europe. We're like, because Italy and Finland are different time zones in Europe. So it was a late night for 3 nights in a row, and then Locke was out at work on Wednesday and went Wednesday night drinking with co-workers. So that was a late night too, so we didn't get a lot of sleep this week. But I will say on Tuesday, if I put in my usual payday, I was listening to my book again while working. I put new nails on that you can see here from Dashing Diva. These are the gloss sticker nails. These are really fun at turning red designs. And I really liked the way these ones looked in the end. They almost have like a French tip look, but they're super fun with like doodles. And then I had McDonald's, and then I finished that custom to for SBC and sent that off. Which was great, and just before that night, so before dinner, so I could enjoy semi-final 1 of Eurovision. Now I will say, I think it's always worth to watch all the semi-finals because there are songs that don't get into the final that are actually really good, and again, the juries screw them over. We don't like the Eurovision juries in this house. So I have a few songs from the semi-finals that I've saved as well, and I love. But it's so fun to have new music once a year. And just to come together for Eurovision. And yes, Australia is in it because it has played for decades in Australia. There's actually a lot of like first, second, and third generation European immigrants in Australia, which I am one of. Like, my dad was from Ireland, so you know, I think that's a lot of the people watching Eurovision in Australia are European, and it's just like has a following. So we eventually got invited to be in Eurovision. Now we are, which is super cool, and it's fun now because I can vote for us. And then Wednesday, we were up super late, like didn't go to sleep until like 2 or 3 a.m. on Tuesday night. And then Heidi decided to wake me up at 7 a.m. She does this thing, like as soon as Locke had left the apartment, like he left the apartment to go to work, and then Heidi just galloped around the house screaming, and then galloped onto the bed and screamed in my face, because she's like, Locke's gone! Wake up, human! And yeah, so I woke up at 7, and it was horrible. Oh yeah, I did get a lot of work done, I guess, that day, but also, thanks Heidi, I needed that sleep. I should say, like, waking up at 7, sure, but I usually wake up at like 10 a.m, so that's why. And then my usual weekly plan with me went live that day, and I started work on my beach set. Well, actually, I'd been working on it while working on the custom, just taking little breaks here and there and like working on the beach scenes and stuff. So I didn't have too much left of the beach set to do. And because Locke was away all day, I just pretty much worked most of the day. And I listened to my book, just endless. And then I ordered Chinese for dinner, which was delicious. Because again, Locke didn't get home till like 10 p.m. And then I just put in from Once More with Love, it's like a good work. You did good work, whatever star. And I just put in working hard because I got a lot done that day and I was very proud of myself. And then after Lot got home, we just had some late night chats in bed, just catching me up on the work gossip. And I also have to do my daily book report because Luck has read these books before, Oathbringer, and all that. So as I've been reading them, I've just been reporting about what's been happening in them every day. And now that they're reading books that I've read, they do a book report to me as well. So that's been really fun, talking about books. And now we have Thursday, which is semi-final 2 that night. And that was the one Finland was in, and they did get into the final, which is great. And you possibly know this band, but it was the Rasmus, who had a big hit in 2003 of In the Shadows. And they did a song, which I think is actually really catchy, so that was fun. Because they're a Finnish band. So yeah, they represented Finland this year. And then that night we cooked burgers and we had waffle fries with them that we got for the oven. And that was delicious. So I just put in cooked dinner. And then that day I actually finished that beach set because I had been ahead of it. I got so much work done on Wednesday that I got it done, and I got the listings done, so I just put that down there. And some of the hot pink doodles are from SBC, and they're actually from one of the colors of the week that she brought out, her limited color editions. And I just wanted to bring more of that pink in because it was just the Thursday color only. So, and I used all the pattern boxes because I really loved this pattern, so I was like, screw it, I'm using the pattern. Oh yeah, and I had a new release on Thursday, which was my Batman Vengeance art. It's just, I saw the Batman, and it really reminded me of my lifelong love of Batman. When I was a little kid, I had a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman action figure, and I remember her distinctly because you could pull back her arm, and then it would fling forward because you could put the whip in there, and she'd whip. And I never had the whip in the arm, but I just remember always flicking her arm. Anyway, I loved my Catwoman action figure as a little kid. So I've just always loved it. And when I watched the Batman, I was reminded of how much I love Batman. And actually reignited interest again in those films, at least in the Batman films. So I'm excited that they've actually announced there's going to be a second one, and I'm so excited for it. But I was looking at my superhero kit and I was like, this is too Marvel. This is too shiny and happy. I want a dark Batman kit. So I redid a bit of my superhero art and added in some new stuff to make it Batman. So that was released on Thursday, and that was just a bonus release. It's just a bonus set I had worked on. And then I did my beach work and Oathbringer, and then obviously finished it up that day. Then Friday the 13th, My Chemical Romance brought out a new song that morning. So exciting, and it's 6 minutes long, which is awesome. And I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good song. So I just put an excited Once More with Love Munchkin in there because so exciting. I love MCR. And then for lunch we had Holy Moly Mac and Cheese, which is a new mac and cheese place here in Helsinki. It was really good. And I have mac and cheese stickers, so I want to use them. And then I just put play with stickers because I actually just spent some time pulling out the stickers for this spread so far as Friday, and just hanging around with my stickers, which was great. I enjoyed that. And then what else did we do on Friday? Stuff. Yes, we had Friends and Burgers, which is a high quality chain burger chain here. So they're a bit fancier burgers, but still a chain. And then I listened to my book that night, and then we also watched a Triple Jump stream, which is one of our gaming channel that we watch basically. That and Yogscast. Let's go Friends of Beggars. And then Saturday was the day of the Eurovision final. And I don't know, I went kind of nuts and was inspired by the new MCR song. I was looking at where they were touring. I've actually seen them before. I saw them for the Black Parade, which I would probably say is the best tour to have seen them for, because the Black Parade is amazing. But I was checking out where they were touring because I saw people say they were adding dates to their long-awaited tour, and I saw that they're not playing here, but they're playing in Stockholm. And we're like, should we just go to Stockholm for a night and see MCR, and then do a little sightseeing in Stockholm the next morning? So we booked the trip, and the show is actually not 100% because it's at an amusement park. Sorry if you can hear my stomach rumbling. It's rumbling really loud. Instead of burps, now you get stomach rumbles. But yeah, so it's the concert is at an amusement park in Stockholm, Gröna Lund. And you just buy a ticket to get into the amusement park, and then the concert itself is first come, first serve. So we don't 100% know if we'll get to see MCR, but otherwise we get to go to an amusement park in Stockholm and then just, do a little sightseeing for the couple of hours that we're there and fly back. And Stockholm, Sweden is only 1 hour flight. And this is our first trip after we moved to Helsinki in October of 2020. So that was the last time we went anywhere really. So I'm a bit nervous, and I feel kind of like a bad person for traveling still. Because the pandemic is still going, but I don't know, we'll see. We did book our flights, we booked our tickets to see MCR, so here's hoping we get to see them, and it ends up being a good trip. I am excited though, and I've never been to Sweden, so that'll be interesting. But that's funnily enough, it's in June 14th, so a whole month, because I booked this on the 14th. So it's a month away to see MCR in Stockholm. So I use that lesser misfit character with a rock concert ticket in their hand because it's perfect. And I just use a book flight sticker from Letters to Apollo, and those tickets are from Papershire. And then otherwise, oh yeah, I'm gonna write here we made jerk chicken apology nachos, which if you've watched Psych, you know what this is about. They're just jerk chicken nachos, but in the show they're apology nachos, so I had to write apology nachos. But yeah, we're like, yeah, let's make that. And so we did, and then we had steak from Morrison's for dinner. Our usual steak restaurant is gone from the delivery app, so we're sad. But we tried a new place, and it was really good, and cheaper. So that was a good find. But, every now and then you gotta have a steak. If you eat meat, that is. Oh my gosh. I can hear Heidi is messing something up here in the apartment. She's playing with something. Oh no. I'll have to check that out in a minute. I just gotta pull through with this voiceover. And then I stopped here I left a little sticker at the end after Eurovision to put in who won, because I filmed this before it came up that night. And obviously I put in the little heart fingers to put in Ukraine because I was happy. And I probably would have done a grumpy face if a band I didn't like got in. And the other crazy thing about Eurovision this year was that the UK, United Kingdom, came second, which was shocking because the United Kingdom always comes last, man. You're not supposed to give them points. No one likes the UK in Europe. So that was nuts. They were getting so many points. It was crazy. It's a crazy night. And the third day I just put in planning time. because I was playing with my planner. I also did it on Saturday, so you know, whatever. And then we felt like watching a random movie on Sunday night. We did go to bed early because I was so tired. We're up until 2 a.m. for Eurovision final, but we were feeling like an old nostalgic film, and Locke saw Wrongfully Accused, starring Leslie Nielsen. And we loved Leslie Nielsen growing up, so we're like, yeah, let's rewatch Wrongfully Accused. And we like that kind of humor, you know, the Hot Shots airplane humor. So we really enjoyed that. It was super fun rewatching it, and something really light, which is nice. And I did a bit of work this day because I didn't work on Friday or Saturday. So I did some work here on Sunday. Probably gonna put in... Did I listen to my book? I don't think I did. I did laundry. And then something else. We're almost done with this spread now, though. I love the way it turned out. It's super fun and sparkly. And gotta love a Eurovision week. Oh, there's my book. I just use the AirPod stickers because I always listen to an audiobook. But that is the whole spread for this week. I'm just gonna do my, give myself some time to do this outro thing. But if you liked it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. I do a plan with me every week, as well as a bonus video. And yeah, I think it was good this week. Anyway, I'm putting all the deco bits in. But yeah, it wasn't a terrible week. It didn't start off great, but Eurovision was a great distraction from the world. It got a bit blur again in the current week that I'm doing this voiceover, but I'm on the up and up, and I'm gonna get over it. I just decided to leave social media, except for doing some work stuff on Instagram for a while, and I think that would just be better for my mental health. So now I'm gonna figure out what to do outside of just scrolling Twitter and stuff. Oh well. But this is a finished spread. Isn't it fun and sparkly? I love how there's stars in the foil. It's just super fun. And yeah, and there's a lot of 70s stuff at Eurovision this year, so it ended up being perfect for the week. This is everything I have left. I hope you have a wonderful week coming up, and you stay safe and healthy and look after yourself. And I hope everything goes well and that you accomplish a lot this week. How about that? But otherwise, I'll see you next time. And don't forget, I love you. Bye. Bye-bye.